What were the bargains?
Do it.
That's all I heard.
Bargains imprisoning me. All that I see. Absolute savings. What a great deal. What a great find. Look at these jeans. Damn, I look sexy as hell. It's because that guy, the lead singer of that band, was like in a mall with his wife and kids, and he's like dressed completely normal, and he has like bags from like Kohl's. And so the joke was like, what if he sang about just being a dad?
Just his normal gig.
It was really funny.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
I think that right there was your trailer.
Welcome to Uncommon Nonsense with Collin Payne. That's me, by the way. I'm Collin Payne. I like that. I like the little...
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
good.
That's
It's
me,
good.
that's
Yeah, roll. Keep
but
going.
anyway. Are we doing it? You guys ready?
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought that was it. I thought we just cold opened.
Oh, we cold opening right now?
Yeah, why not?
Episode 2, hit it with a cold open?
Yeah.
I don't have a can to pop, but I think my lid was
Damn.
indeed
well,
opened.
that open was cold,
Yeah,
baby.
straight ice.
Well, welcome back.
Yeah.
Episode 2.
Hey, everybody.
We if you
Yo,
listened to
yo,
the first
yo.
one, which I
Yo,
hope
yo.
that you did, we have the same...
It came out about a week ago.
About a week ago.
It was recorded about an hour ago.
Yeah, it was recorded, well, probably a little less than an hour ago, probably like 30, 40 minutes. But have the same cast as last time. Again, your host, Collin Payne, that's me. And we have our wonderful Derek.
Hello.
And the Bullfrog, Jeremiah.
Greetings.
Good. Dracula.
Ooh.
I am here.
Vampire bullfrog.
That's his Curse of Strahd voice for when we got trapped in that hellhole.
Yep.
One of very many.
Ooh. I'm
I
having
have
flashbacks.
more than you could even comprehend. Yeah, fuck you, eat a rat, man. Shout out to you. You know who you are. I love your podcast. Fucking assholes.
Fuck you, eat a rat.
So, back into episode 2.
Yeah, so-
Uncommon Nonsense.
Uncommon
with
Nonsense.
Collin Payne. He's
Um,
Collin Payne.
That is me.
Yep.
I am Collin Payne. In case anyone was curious, I know
Yep.
that we're still early into
Colin Tiberius
the
Payne.
vernacular of the podcast.
Colin
I'm
Payne.
sorry? What did you say?
I said Colin Tiberius Payne.
Colin,
Yeah, after
that's
the
correct.
first emperor.
Colin
Because he
Tiberius
is
Payne.
a
That
Roman
is my
emperor.
my little middle name.
Yeah.
That is my little middle
Yeah.
name. Colin Tiberius Payne. It's been, hey, when I was growing up, they called me Tiberius. My mom called me Tibby.
Yeah.
It's just how it was. I was Tibby. But
Tibet.
I don't believe any of this.
and that's a little uncommon nonsense for you.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
awful.
Okay.
If anyone ever called me Tibby, I would freak out. But
And they're gonna hit you up in that Twitter so
Don't you
hard.
do it.
Tibby.
At Tibby.
if you tweet me at Uncommon Collin, that's Uncommon COLLIN on Twitter with Tibby, I'm gonna freak out. I'm just saying.
Hashtag Tibby.
Hashtag
2022.
I
But-
might have to get Twitter just to do this.
Yep.
Oh God.
Get it trending, folks.
If I got Jeremiah on Twitter, even if it was just to call me Tibby,
Yeah, that might be interesting in and of itself.
It'd
And then
be a
we can
feat.
just like send him all the like gardening snippets and like
all the horrible racist things that people say on
no,
Twitter.
we'll he's got a precious soul. We'll protect him from that.
It does fill with rage in
Yeah.
the sight of racism.
It does.
Yeah. And,
I've seen it happen.
And really bad plant hacks.
and Twitter exists, in the Cloudverse. So like if you
Well-
can't wind him up with his rage and like point him at something that needs smashed,
Yeah.
then he's gonna implode. And so we can't get him angry at Twitter because
Right.
he won't know what to do.
Exactly. Well, this is speaking of things that I get angry at
He's
because
gonna
I
break
don't
a
know.
server.
Despite all my rage,
Right.
I'm still just a rat in a cage, man.
Damn. That's hard. Did you come up with that? That hits
he's
hard.
radical. Radicalizing us right
it's
now.
a quote from
Oh.
a sick band I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Penis flytrap.
Yeah, Penis
That's a
Flytrap.
really good band.
No, okay.
Really good
Yeah,
band.
Not the Penis Flytrap. That
It's-
legend of a band.
It's Hot Buttered Anal, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway.
You know who you are. Listen, my shout outs are going to be real discreet this episode. I'm going to shout
Real
you out,
discreet.
but you need to be listening for it.
We're
so if
dropping
you
hints.
want the shout out, you got to work for it. God damn it.
If you don't
Oh.
quit licking that microphone.
It's my microphone.
I know, but it's just it's so distracting.
Listen, I put
But it's not my fault you both looked at me at the exact same time as I happened to be doing it.
You're making me think unwise thoughts over here,
That's
Derek.
'cause-
That's all I'm saying.
Uncommon thoughts.
that's because he doesn't
Uncommon
have his
nonsense.
microphone personalized yet. Neither do
Yeah.
you. It's coming.
Yeah.
I'm a little outside
We'll
of the
keep
box.
looking at Will be.
I put cute little kawaii plant stickers all over my microphone.
Nice.
Just so you could feel my glorious energy of plantness.
It is beautiful.
He's gonna make you feel his green thumb.
He loves
for
plants.
sure.
I was
Touch
correct last episode. If
Just
you
the
listen
tip.
to that, I said that he loves plants, and I was
Yeah.
absolutely correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the opposite of plants this
Little
time.
snare.
I say this
What is
time.
okay? What is the what
The
is
opposite of plants?
dichotomously, what is the opposite of plants?
Computer.
Specifically, computer.
Computer.
That's pretty far away from plants.
It's-
I don't know if
okay.
I'd say opposite,
Plant.
because you could not have computer without plants still. But
I would argue computer opposite to plant. But something with computers, that I don't understand.
What's the opposite of always?
Never.
What's the opposite of coming?
I'm not about to do this.
wow, sometime.
So computers.
Yeah, computers.
I
Something
almost
that,
rickrolled him.
something don't Rick Astley me. I love that man.
I almost got you on a real
You really-
real life rickroll.
I almost got rickrolled in real life. What a feat.
Yeah, that would have been. You should just let me do it.
I should have
You
for
should
the
let me
bit.
take advantage of you.
It could be quality content.
Anytime.
Yeah, exactly. So computers.
Yeah, so there's
Yep.
something going on with computers. And it's been going on for a long time.
Mhm.
That I'm lost in the sea of knowledge. I've heard it
In the
explained to
sauce?
me. I'm lost in the sauce. People have tried to teach me this subject far and wide. Like, so many people have tried so many different ways to explain this to me, and it makes zero sense to me. So, Derek, my sweet innocent boy,
Yes.
you're into
That's
the
me.
cryptocurrency. This is the cryptocurrency episode. For those of you at
Interesting.
home listening in, this is now the crypto bro zone, because I've heard through the grapevine whispers in the wind that you've gotten Jeremiah in on the whole crypto game.
Yes.
So
Yep.
What's-
Basic investing, minor investing, to little to no success. But I'm relatively familiar with the process. What questions do you have?
talking to somebody that knows very, very little about it, minus the buzzwords.
Okay. So
What's the rundown? What's
so
going on?
crypto started with the release of Bitcoin in like 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Nobody to this day has any idea who actually created it. And it, as far as I know, that's never been updated for me. But their like tag name of the creator is Satoshi. So in computer programming, there is something called there's the encryption levels. 256-bit is the most it's the most relevant current encryption level. And the blockchain is built on this encryption level. How blockchains are coded, I don't really know. I'm not a programmer, but the blockchain is encoded into this encryption level, and basically it cycles through. And bitcoins are hidden within the bits of bitcoins. They're called satoshis or bits that make up a bitcoin. They're hidden as like little Easter eggs almost inside this encryption, and transactions are processed through computers solving bits of these encryptions, and then that releases more Bitcoin, and it also transacts the Bitcoin and then permanently imprints that transaction on the blockchain forever. But it's completely decentralized. It's not owned by anyone. And governments are now getting around that by, like, when you cash out or you return your Bitcoin that is completely decentralized into normal currency, you have to pay taxes on it now, which is a little lame. But anyway, that's how it all started. And then, as we all know, cryptocurrency has just kind of exploded, and there's a million different types of coins. There's a million different purposes for them. There's like 3 or 4 major blockchain networks. which are like this encryption that lives on its own on a server base that everybody has access to in an open source format. And it's just like an endless realm now, and you kind of had to like really understand this stuff when it came out to like really be on top of it. But it can be learned. But now it's gone even as far as to locking actual digital assets in on the blockchain and encrypting these assets with metadata printed by the blockchain. And those are called NFTs.
Damn.
Yeah. So it's a lot. It's definitely a lot. But does that explain basically what it is?
So what's Ethereum?
Ethereum is a type of cryptocurrency, and it also is a blockchain network. So you can trade coins, and it doesn't have to be Ethereum on the Ethereum network, or you can purchase, hold, and spend Ethereum coin.
Damn.
It's the second class alternative to Bitcoin.
But would you believe me if I told you that Dennis Rodman is currently backing a cryptocurrency called Potcoin?
Yes.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
Elon Musk backed a coin called Dogecoin.
And
it erupted and made people millionaires.
I'm trying to find the weirdest names because there's a lot of cryptos, and they all have
a ton of them.
Different names, and I'm trying to find like some of the worst ones.
What's weird is when you start diving into their purposes.
Yeah.
Some of them serve the weirdest purposes.
There's a Trump coin.
Yep.
And a Putin coin.
Yep.
Which is strange to me. There's I like this one. There's one called Coinye, and it's got Kanye's face on it. Coinye.
There's a currently, so like it's become a compounding thing, which is weird, and you really have to understand it before you get into it. But there's this, I believe it's called Spellcoin. And if you buy Spellcoin and hold Spellcoin, then the wallet that contains the Spellcoin starts automatically generating another pseudo cryptocurrency called Magic. And Magic is usable on this specific coin. Whoever made the Spellcoin, Magic is a currency that's able to be used on their website in their marketplace, on I believe the Ethereum network. And so like these things compound. So like if you hold, it's really weird because there's two types of Magic coin, both of which are generated from holding onto the other coins. So you hold Spellcoin, it generates Magic, and then there's a fake one that you can get on loan. So if you hold Magic, then you can borrow the Magic loan coin to spend, and you can do that in the thousands of dollars amount.
That's weird.
And like I guarantee you, people who are just like approaching this like are getting screwed over, and it's the weirdest thing. You have to be very, very adamant as you are getting into things.
Right.
It's very weird.
There's one called Cthulhu Offerings. I
don't know anything about that one, but that sounds cool.
Coin.
Lovecraftian.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of dumb ones, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm still holding on that Sheeb. I want Sheeb to...
There's one called Neon Coin.
Yep, that makes sense.
The
Neon Cat NFT was one of the first NFTs made when they did that, and I think it sold for like $4 million.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Burger King Russia issued a crypto called Whopper Coin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Whopper Coin. Would you invest in Whopper Coin, Jeremiah?
In Russia?
What have you invested in?
If it makes fiscal sense, then yes, I would invest in it.
Well,
but
I mean,
a lot of these
Whopper.
don't, especially the ones that you were mentioning.
You're talking about
which are all,
coin?
I believe the term is meme coins.
They actually call them
that. Yeah, he is correct.
They also call them shit coins.
I've done light
As
research
a joke
into
about
it
Bitcoin.
because of Derek.
Yeah. How about Spank Chain? Would you invest in Spank Chain?
I would definitely.
It's a potential.
Yeah, you would.
I'm not going to rule any of these out because the way cryptocurrency works is kind of garbo magic, where you can take money that you're not using or you don't think you actually need and then put it into something. Maybe you lose your money, maybe you become a millionaire. And
it's really that dichotomous.
So why not just gamble?
It's essentially gambling on my phone, but some of them are more of a long-term investment gamble.
Yep.
So, as you asked which things I would invest in and which things I wouldn't, the big ones that I've been getting into are actually ones that occur their own coin. So there's some of these...
This is not financial advice.
No, legally this is not.
Yeah, do not hold me to anything.
This is a podcast called Uncommon Nonsense. If you take any of this as legal advice, you have a lot of thinking to do.
We are not successful adults.
No.
I mean, I'm semi-successful.
Yeah, somewhat successful.
No. No comment. Continue.
Yeah, continue. I felt the disclaimer was necessary at this point.
Yeah, disclaimer's probably a good idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Again,
this is not financial
nonsense, folks. This is Uncommon Nonsense with Collin Payne. That's me, Collin Payne. But we are not here to give legal advice. We're talking about
financial advice.
Or financial advice.
Either or.
Legal, financial, relationship, maybe. Hit me up on the Twitter. That would make a great episode if people asked us for like a relationship advice.
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
That would be fun.
Not right now. What I'm saying, this is just, from
what have you invested in, but you're not recommending other people invest in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am not recommending, but what I've been trying to lean towards are the cryptocurrencies that actually generate cryptocurrency just by you owning that cryptocurrency. I'm talking about interest. People, the thing that you like to have in your savings accounts.
Right.
Higher interest rate means more money for you.
Yeah. They're basically paying you just to have money.
That it do.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So some of them, unlike normal bank accounts, have absurdly high interest rates. And you look at them and you're like, well, I could put this money in the savings account and I could let it accrue over time very slowly, or I could risk it and put it in this thing where it might fuck me over and I'll lose $100, or I might wake up tomorrow and be like, oh, there's $100,000 in my wallet.
Yep. True talk. And for those of you who don't pay attention to your savings accounts, the current interest rates are between like 0.25 and 0.5%.
Oh, and the only...
It's not great.
Like, not advice, but advice that I will give. If you're going to do anything with your money that involves cryptocurrency or stock market trading or any of that stuff where you're not getting definitive returns, it should be money that you are willing to lose without a doubt.
Yep, that is correct. And don't get roped into Robinhood day trading.
Yeah, please
because
don't.
You have to, if you get audited, you will go to jail, because if to day trade, you have to have a minimum of account of $25,000.
Damn.
Yeah.
But
surprise.
They don't tell you that.
No, they don't. Anyway.
Talking about, interest rates. Because, I mean, as an adult, we hear about interest rates all the times, but interest rates, what really interests me?
All right, this is the segue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the segue. What really interests me
take your order?
Is the amount of insects that we have on Earth that are absolutely wacky as hell. Like, we have a lot of insects that can do a lot of really weird things.
We have a lot of insects in general.
Oh, yeah. A lot of them.
It's like 20% of all biomass on Earth is bug.
Is bug.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And one day, we will all
bug.
be part of bug, because our meat will be eaten by bug.
More than likely.
So,
or bacterium.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same kind of...
Microbug.
Microbug.
Yeah.
It's adjacent.
Bug adjacent, yeah.
I mean, it's not really...
No, bug has a head, an abdomen, a thorax, and 6 legs. That is the definition of a bug.
It really bugs me that you're not... Sorry, I don't know where to go with that. I didn't know where to go with that. I just had the pun.
It really bugs me that you're not being nonsensical right now.
Yeah, it really bugs me that I don't have the powers of God to where I could make whatever bug I want. Because, imagine.
You don't have to be God to do that. You can actually do that in a biohacking lab.
Yeah, well, that's an affront to God, and we won't talk about that.
Spore.
Yeah, or by playing Spore.
What I'm saying, you're right on my wavelength. Envision, if you will, you are playing Spore, but it's not Spore.
Okay.
It's real life, baby, and you can make whatever little critter that you want with whatever it could do. You know?
Yep.
What would you make?
Pokemon.
And how would you justify
Hands down.
it?
I would make Pokemon.
Okay,
and I
but
don't
here's
think I need
my
to justify
argument.
that.
Everyone wishes and wishes that Pokemon would be real.
Yeah.
They would just kill each other all the time, and you. If a lizard the size of like a dog... No, if a lizard the size of a dog could spit fire, it's burning down 3 houses a day, at least, even if it is taught to behave.
Yeah. I don't know where you got that statistic, but it sounds right.
I pulled it right out of my Uncommon Nonsense, baby.
Literally pocket monsters, and yes, they would kill and eat you, and we have killed and eaten them. Look at the Magikarp and tell me you haven't, in any of those games, seen them eat weird sushi. Where did it come from?
They straight up admit to eating Magikarps in the show.
Slowpoke tails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Pokemon.
Horrifying monsters.
Yeah.
The ghost type Pokemon that are made from people.
Yep.
Dude, the worst one is Drifloon. You know the Drifloon?
Oh my God,
have you heard about the Drifloon Pokedex entry?
Yeah, it's weird.
No.
So Drifloon,
listen, I'm a Gen 1.
Dude, this is my favorite. This is one of my favorite Pokemon
I might play
things.
Ruby or Emerald because I like the dragon Rayquaza.
Yeah. Fantastic
and
reason.
Groudon, it looks cool too.
Yeah.
Groudon does look cool.
But
cool.
I forget what gen it was released in.
Pokemon?
I'm so excited that you don't know about Drifloon, because Drifloon is one of, like, I don't play a lot of Pokemon anymore, but I used to play when Drifloon came out. This was Diamond and Pearl. I was given Diamond by like a kid on my bus or something, and I got lost in that game for months and months of my life. Drifloon is, have you seen Drifloon? It's a balloon.
Maybe.
Ghost.
Yeah. There are 800 plus of them at this point, so it gets real fuzzy on which things are Pokemon, bad ideas, weird sex creatures, and the cool dragons.
Was a new genre.
The dragons are pretty much the only ones that I want to deal with. I briefly played a newer Pokemon game and got really into Noivern.
Noivern is amazing.
A giant bat dragon
/
wyvern, because wyverns are the dragons without all of the leggies.
Yep.
Super cool.
Yep.
That's cool as hell. It's in D&D now.
Wyvern,
not in Derek's thing maybe, but definitely in mine.
Yeah, wyvern by definition are the ones that have their wings connected to their arms, right?
Wyvern's wings are their arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, so versus like a dragon whose wings are disconnected from their arms. They have 4 legs and wings. Yeah. Wyvern's arms are their wings.
If there were to be a dragon, and there's so many different mythos, and that could be a podcast episode all on its own, because every culture throughout human time has some form of dragon serpent thing.
True.
If one of them were to exist at some point, it would be a wyvern, because its anatomy could potentially make sense.
Right.
Where we have nothing anywhere close to a dragon where a 4-legged creature also has wings.
Yep. That's factual.
Because that's 6 appendages and no vertebrate has that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Right.
Because, man, I'd be flying around all over the place. But, nope.
I do.
You're in a plane.
Yeah, I am in a plane.
Well, it's not in a plane.
Drifloon.
Yeah, Drifloon.
It's a balloon. It's a balloon with like a yellow, it looks like almost
shiny is
2
amazing.
Band-Aids, but it's got like a yellow X on its face.
Oh, yeah.
And 2 eyes.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Yeah.
I saw that little weirdo and I was like,
Ghost type.
As
little weirdo.
Do. Yeah.
I'm going to read you a couple of his Pokedex entries because they're fucking insane.
Yep.
So, Diamond was the one that I played. So when I caught a Drifloon and I read the Pokédex entry, this is what I was greeted with. And now this is the more tame, but still creepy for a kid's game. A Pokemon formed by the spirits of people and Pokemon. It loves damp, humid seasons. So already you can get the sense that this thing's weird. It's a bunch of souls of people and Pokemon, apparently. That doesn't make any sense to me. But In Pearl, it tugs on the hands of children to steal them away. However, it gets pulled around instead.
That's horrifying.
Are you telling me this thing, as a collective of souls, wants to steal children but can't?
Yes, no. That is exactly what... Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you.
I hate that.
Yeah, so
the kids' game has a monster, a pocket monster.
Yeah.
Specifically designed by souls to steal children.
Correct.
You know, I never read a dex entry in all the games and years that I've played Pokemon. I've never caught a Pokemon.
Some of them are wild.
Entry.
I've read a few.
Just one more for you about how weird this is. In Black 2 and White 2, it says, these Pokemon are called the signposts for wandering spirits. Children holding them sometimes vanish. Children holding them sometimes vanish. And that's in a lot of them.
So
that was in
spooky.
Y, in Pokemon Y.
Ooh,
It
great
said-
game.
Yeah, those were great. But children holding them sometimes vanish. And a lot of them, for Moon, it says, if for some reason its body bursts, the souls spill out with a screaming sound. Which is horrible.
That is
Horrible.
horrible. And that does imply that its body can burst, which definitely puts a hole in that whole fainting thing they do.
And then in the most recent game in Legends Arceus, I don't know, it says, said to lure away young children and carry them off to the afterlife. Some whisper that Drifloons are formed of reincarnated human souls, but these rumors are yet to be confirmed.
Hate it.
Yeah, absolutely awful.
It's not even that compelling of a Pokemon, to be honest.
No, it's really not, but they gave it a
and it evolves into a hot air balloon.
creepy
So again,
Pokédex
Derek,
entry.
Yeah.
to get back to our topic here,
Yep, the bugs.
we have the option to design a perfect life form, essentially. And I say perfect with a little bit of cadence because perfection in my mind is completely different than everyone else's mind because
Correct.
perfection is an idealism that doesn't exist. But anyway, tangent.
Yep.
If you could create life, you would create a slave race of monsters that you would force to fight other monsters because they're friends with you?
I mean, we do that. We do that now. Like, so...
Yeah.
Whoa. I'm not taking my dog out to the park and being like, all right, Fido,
Maybe not
go
your
fuck
dog,
up that chihuahua.
but some people
Right.
are with chickens, for one. And second of all, they have actual, like, one of the things that Pokemon is based on, from the creator who used to go out and collect bugs himself, is Japanese, like, horn beetle competitions where people raise and breed the perfect horn beetle of the, like, 14 different kinds of horn beetle that there are, and then they battle for large sums of money.
That's awesome.
It is very interesting, and
That's
it's
really
not
cool.
too far different than like greyhound races or horse races, but like horse races, as I say it out loud, feels more acceptable than like greyhound races. But they have
Greyhound buses?
no races.
No, I know.
Okay,
Sorry. That was a little uncommon nonsense for you with Collin Payne. That's me.
but the beetle thing is real. People breed.
I've heard of the beetle thing, and the beetle thing is a thing that people do.
Yep.
Just like they make bugs fight each other for fun to see what happens.
Exactly.
I still think that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's fucked up, but
And-
it sounds kind of neat.
Okay, well, listen, witnessing
gonna go kill
events in
snakes.
nature is neat,
Yeah.
and there are certain guidelines that we should set ourselves for, where your border of animal cruelty should come up.
You know what we should do?
And this is coming from a farm boy who has had to kill things and eat them. I'm saying that there should be a respect for the mortality that is.
We should make 1-to-1 recreation of Japanese horn beetles, but they're robots.
Okay.
And make them fight each other.
those are called hex bugs. You can get them at Toys R Us.
Damn, you
Always.
just unlocked something in me.
Toys R Us are extinct. So
Hex, no, they're coming back.
the fuck they went out of business.
Dude, hold on just a second. This is one Google search away, my guy.
The
But
resurrection
hex
of
bugs.
Toys R Us.
Hex bugs.
Long have I awaited
Oh my
the
god!
10 Commandments of
Jeffrey
Toys
the
R
giraffe?
Us.
Jeffrey the Draft, bro. I remember when I was a kid, I used to get a Toys R Us. I'd be so excited, and their stuff was shit and about like 80 times too expensive. And then I remember, I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, and every year for my birthday, I'd get a card with a castle key in the mail, and it'd be like, well, just come to the castle and you pick out a toy. And I look back, and it sounds really creepy, like there was definitely some child trafficking going on. But if you go to the key, or you take the key and you go to the castle and you use the key in the door of the castle and you get a toy. And my parents would never take. I don't know if anybody remembers that. That's a real thing that happened.
I did not go to Toys R Us.
Well,
ever.
Good news.
I played in the woods.
You know, I never went to Toys R Us
my
ever.
Toys were sticks.
Either, and I always wanted to go. But good news for us, Jeremiah, and for Derek, if you want to go to Toys R Us, because
it's trash.
That's the fact that you would say that is unbearably
Jeffrey can suck my
upsetting.
Dick.
I played in the woods or with Legos.
Yep.
And that's basically
You know what they got a lot of at Toys R Us?
The Mega Blocks, which were Legos but not Legos.
Yeah.
Or erection sets.
They all did the same thing.
Well, Toys R Us is coming back. They filed for bankruptcy, and they just recently, in the Ontario Supreme Court of Justice, they intend to use court-supervised proceedings to restructure their outstanding debt and establish a sustainable capital structure that will enable it to invest in long-term growth initiatives.
Oh, wow.
We're talking Toys R Us coming back. That giraffe, we're seeing him again, baby.
Of course, they had to take it to Canada. The U.S. would have chewed them up and spit them out because they failed in capitalism. Now they go to Canada and get forgiveness.
If you keep up this blasphemy, that fucking giraffe will be outside of your window, and he will be staring into your soul. And there,
Slenderman giraffe.
What do you think you're gonna do? What are you gonna do when that giraffe comes through your fucking door?
I ain't gonna buy a shit.
Oh, dude, you're not gonna buy shit when you're on the ground with broken kneecaps and that giraffe's staring at you in the eyes like fucking Toys R Us, motherfucker.
I'm gonna put a saddle on him.
Where kids can be a kid. That's Chuck E. Cheese's. Hey, shout out to Charles Entertainment Cheese. Did you know that that's what the E stands for?
I did know that.
His name is Charles Entertainment Cheese. Yep. Anyway.
I unshout out Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Hey, do you know
because he is an establishment that supports the condemnation of all of my dairy-free brethren.
Hey, listen, you can have that personal...
His entourage
he's
doesn't
tried
pay
to
them.
kill
They're
me.
robots.
Slavery.
They're fucking robots.
They've tried to kill me
So you
multiple
think?
times.
Do you pay your Roomba?
I don't have a Roomba.
If you did, would you pay it?
Actually, you
Would
do.
you pay it every day?
You do.
Yeah, with food.
They go
Crumbs.
into the charging dock.
Yeah.
You pay it
they
with
charge for the
electricity.
I pay
robots
it with
too.
power, and I pay for the power.
Yeah.
They get power, so the robots are being paid.
You just think they're robots.
Oh, you think that they're real people in real suits?
No, I don't think they're real people. I think they are Charles Entertainment Cheese's entourage, and he's forcing them into slavery.
I was confused. You believe that they are actual beings?
You just said, do you know that is his real name?
That is his real name.
So yes,
What's the name?
If he is real, why would the others not be?
I almost looked up Charles Entertainment Cheese. What's the name of the...
I wish they would have actually just like
band
stopped
members?
ripping off of Chuck E. Cheese and made Five Nights at Freddy's just like Five Nights and Chuck E. Cheese and had
me too.
And had Charles Entertainment Cheese just like murder you and slob on your liver.
Oh, that's kind of cute though. The band from Chuck E. Cheese is called Munchie's Make Believe Band.
See, they don't get paid. It's not.
Why do you
not
hate
kosher.
fun? You got soaked up in the business world so hard that Chuck E. Cheese just wants to have a little bit of fun with his Munch's Make Believe Band at his pizza restaurant, and you're over here
I'm just mad at Toys R Us, okay?
Yeah,
this is displaced.
You shouldn't be mad at Toys R Us because they fell victim to very harsh circumstances.
This is displaced. No, they fell victim to their own cruel, overpriced product, cheap cheap stuff from China, and
Don't cheap stuff from China me. Do you guys want to know the names of the Chuck E. Cheese band or not?
I really do now.
Yeah, I bet you fucking do, dude. How about there's a duck that's called Helen Henny. I guess she's a chicken.
Duck?
I'm sorry. She's a chicken.
Okay.
I was going to say,
Helen Henny.
if they named their duck after a chicken, they crossed some lines already.
She's had a lot of different iterations. And then there's Mr. Munch. He's like he's very adjacent to what's the guy from the Ronald McDonald crew? Grimace. Yeah, big purple man.
Grimace is black.
We can't bring that onto the podcast.
Wait, that's representation.
Grimace is black?
Was Grimace not like a kosher representation?
He's a big purple nugget,
Okay,
dude.
if Grimace was not an appropriate representation, then I rescind my comment. But I mean, yes, he was purple, but he was meant to be a black person. Like, he was the black person in Ronald McDonald's entourage. Grimace is black. But I am not, now that I'm saying it, I'm not clear.
Stop saying it.
You can Google this. It's a real thing. But I'm not certain that it was a appropriate representation.
Dude, why does it come up when I type in Grimaces? It says Grimace is back. No, that says back. Dude, Grimace is not black. You can't say that. He's purple.
But I promise you he is.
His name is Grimace T. Jackson. Grimace is black, dude.
I told you.
It says later in the episode of something, Gus declared that Grimace's name was Grimace T. Jackson, thus proving he is black.
Yep.
Wow, he is just a big purple nugget.
It is a fact.
He's purple.
I do, as I say, so it is representation, but I don't know for sure if it is an appropriate representation, and that's whatever. But it is a fact that Grimace was black.
Wow. So Grimace is black. That's ridiculous. But you know who's a dog is Jasper T. Jowls. Chuck E. Cheese band.
Jasper T. Jowls?
Correct.
Interesting. That sounds
what
like
a wonderful name.
Like Boss Hogg. It gives me like Dukes of Hazzard, evil sheriff vibes or evil mayor vibes.
And then they had a drummer named Pasquale.
Interesting.
Hey, Pasquale. He's the only one that's a human, though. He was like a chef.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
Do you?
Yeah, he had like a big round face, a mustache. Yeah,
correct.
Yeah,
he did.
He
kind of looks like Mario.
Yeah,
but anyway, back to
fuck with the Hamburglar though.
The Hamburglar goes hard.
Yeah, always.
The Hamburglar goes hard.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
But back to weird, creepy creatures.
Yeah.
I thought I also looked up some of the creepiest Pokemon.
Are you still fact checking Grimace?
Grimace is one of the deepest McDonald's rabbit holes I've ever gone in.
Yes.
He's
and it
a
just
menace.
keeps going.
Yep.
And I honestly think that he is
an abomination.
I just don't want to talk about him.
I just kept seeing Jeremiah's face look more and more concerned out of my peripheral vision as he's scrolling on his phone fact checking the Grimace is black.
Right.
And
well, he's supposed to be, and I will quote this from an unanonymous source, represent a taste bud.
What?
Is what his original form is supposed to be.
What?
But McDonald's implies that its identity is a fluid construct and could also embody a milkshake or a blob, and it was originally called Evil Grimace and was scaly, had 4 arms, and stole milkshakes.
I like that. I like Evil Grimace better.
Bring
back Evil Grimace.
Well, I believe his original color was black.
Which is why I'm kind of, when I'm getting deeper into this, I'm kind of like, oh my god.
I think
I don't need to get into this.
Yeah.
Why do so many things have such creepy lore?
Well, because a lot of history is fucked up. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Like there was a lot of things at points where they were like, oh, this is a good idea because that's the world, and then they're like, the world changes, and they're like, oh, that was really fucked up for us to do. We need to pretend like this never happened.
Right.
And so they try to erase it. But if I'm not mistaken, Grimace's original representation was his color was black, and they had him as Evil Grimace, which clearly is problematic.
Yeah.
So then as that evolved and the world changed and people started actually, not stop being idiots, then they kept that motif. They made him purple, so it wasn't, and they got rid of the evil, and he was part of the gang.
Yeah.
And that's how I understood the story to unfold. But there's a little conspiracy, McDonald's conspiracy for you.
Damn.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
it's deep.
Since you said that, sorry, not to take it back, but since you said that you never read any Pokédex entries.
Yeah, never. I've never read them.
In the same vein as Grimace's backstory, his original form being creepy as hell. A lot of the Pokédex entries for Pokemon are creepy as hell.
Super.
So I looked up a couple of them. I think this is the top 10 creepiest from tcgplayer.com.
It's a good website.
I support them. So, what we got here is Gengar from Pokemon Sun and Moon. His Pokédex entry reads, it apparently wishes for a traveling companion. Since it was once a human itself, it tries to create one by taking the lives of other humans.
Ooh.
Murder Pokemon.
Murder.
And Gengar apparently
Pokemon.
was a human.
That would be a crazy thing for, like, Pokemon to be real and just, like, literally having these things try to kill you.
Yeah,
and
for
you
sure.
could just, like, catch it in a little ball on your hip.
Phantump.
A pocket dimension.
Oh, my God.
Ooh.
You see, you want to bring the Pokemon, and we don't even have the technology to deal with
to
them.
contain them.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
they would overtake us so quickly.
I'm just gonna hollow out on Apricorn.
I just want you to know this is all to go back to. I'm literally proving why you making Pokemon real is a horrible idea right here.
Oh, okay. He's got the science, guys.
Phantump.
Yep.
From Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yep.
These Pokemon are stumps,
Cool
possessed by the
Pokemon.
spirits of children who died in the forest. Their cries sound like eerie screams.
How many kids die in the forest? I
Apparently,
could walk into a specific forest in one of the games and catch 10,000 Phantom.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you just sit there
And
long
that's a
enough.
lot of dead
That's
kids.
a lot of kids,
You're catching
man.
a lot of dead kids.
Yeah. And then it evolves into a Trevenant.
Well, if you were catching all those Phantoms and realized you were catching dead kids and started to cry, Hatchram, it says in Hatchram's Pokemon Sword Pokedex entry, no matter who you are, if you bring strong emotions near this Pokemon, it will silence you violently.
Oh my God.
It will silence you violently.
That leaves me speechless.
And it doesn't even say, it says strong emotions. So you could be having the best day of your life, and it would jump onto you and snap your fucking neck.
Fuck.
And give no fucks about it.
What a crazy bitch.
They're crazy. And these are games for kids, dude.
Yeah, like I said, those kids don't, we don't read the text entries.
Cacturn from Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. If a traveler is going through a desert in the thick of night, Cacturn will follow in a ragtag group. The Pokemon are biding their time, waiting for the traveler to tire and become incapable of moving.
That's batshit.
To do what?
To
take them? Like what? It's just so open-ended. Like they're just waiting for them to go to sleep.
I have a
to
very
do what?
specific set of skills.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like as soon as you go to sleep, you're gonna see them. Gorbis. Oh my God.
Maybe they were going to rescue them, but they were too shy to come out when they were.
That's exactly what they were going to do because they're plants.
Rescue them from life.
And they're the good guys.
Since they're green,
yeah.
and I do remember this one, I'm going to say that they're friends, even when they're prickly.
Damn. Well, Gorbis.
Unless we take their habitat.
Gorbis is not a friend.
They deserve it.
Gorbis.
Did you know that Gorbis was a Pokemon? Because that's one of the worst names I think I've
Gorbis
ever
is
I don't know what Gorbis
yeah,
is.
it's a pretty
Yeah,
Pokemon.
well, did you know that it sucks bodily fluids out of its prey? The leftover meat sinks to the seafloor where it becomes food for other Pokemon?
Well, which edition is Gorbis from?
Fourth.
Pokemon Ultra Moon is where that...
my God.
Gorbis evolves from
Pokemon
Clamperl. Clamperl can evolve into either Gorbis or Huntail.
I still have the original Pokemon Pikachu edition.
Me too.
It might
The
be
OG one.
I do as well.
And that is where I came from. I played Ruby and Sapphire.
Yep,
and
me too.
My personal favorite one that I've ever played is Crystal.
Great
Because
game.
I got that
Great
red
game.
Gyarados.
Yeah.
My favorite
And
was
I
Diamond.
was like, whoa. He's red. What the fuck's up with this dude?
That's cool.
Introduction of shinies.
Yeah, I got into Pokemon. A kid, I had gotten a DS, and a kid on my bus was like, "Hey, do you want all these games? Like, I have a bunch of Game Boy games and DS games that I don't want anymore, and I'm just gonna get rid of them. Do you want them?" And I was like, "Yeah." So he brought me a literal baggie of games, and half of them were Pokemon.
Ooh.
But I played
catch.
Pokemon Ruby a lot, which was really, really good. And then Pokemon Diamond was the one that I really, really still to this day, that is an amazing game.
Yeah.
I love Pokemon Diamond. But I haven't played many of them. Like I played X and Y, but after, and Yeah, no, I played X and Y, but I haven't played many of them after that.
I got Fire Red, and then Yellow, and then Gold, and then Crystal, and then Ruby, and then Emerald, and then Diamond, and then Platinum, and then I pretty much had them.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I
The
still
best
have
one, the best one by far was X. Pokemon X.
Yeah,
that generation,
I
that
had
game,
Y.
solid.
I had Pokemon Y. And it was
I
really
played
good.
Sword for a little bit.
Really?
Claudia had it.
Yeah.
Sword
And,
and Shield is good, yeah.
I still have my...
It was a way different experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so much easier.
It really is, yeah.
But I do like the weird... Some of the Pokemon are super cool. Some
Yeah.
of them,
Oh, yeah. The best
They're just
ones are in the
crunching them out.
original, though. The best ones are in the original 151.
I mean, that's why
argument.
Charizard is in all of them.
I don't know, though. My personal favorite one, though, is probably Lucario, because he's from Diamond. I love Diamond so much. But I still have my purple Game Boy Color that doesn't have the fucking backlit screen, you know what I mean? With my Pokemon Yellow cartridge. And then I still have a cartridge for The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, I think, which it looks really cool.
Nice.
But here's another Drifloon for you. We didn't read this one earlier. This is Pokemon Sun and Moon. Stories go that it grabs the hands of small children and drags them away to the afterlife. It dislikes heavy children.
Are you telling me there's a tubby hating Pokemon?
It's fat shaming people. What an asshole.
What a
rude
absolute
guy.
asshole.
He takes your
my
kids and
God.
makes fun of you if you're fat.
That's so funny.
Ooh, Parasect from Pokemon Yellow. The bug host is drained of energy by the mushrooms on its back. They appear to do all the thinking.
Yeah, that's why
actually
Parasect's
like that
eyes Parasect's
Are
eyes are
glossed
all
over.
white. Yeah. Because it's
It implies
fully
that the
fungus.
actual thing is a zombie and the brain is the mushroom on
Yep.
its back.
It's based off of an actual thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
where they got
terrifying.
that fun friend from, is there's a fungus that does do that to bugs.
So spooky.
And it does the full-on zombie takeover where it gets into their little teeny tiny bug brain, which
Oh,
is
God.
about as far as I can go.
Oh,
as
yeah,
far
I've
as
heard
bug
about
brains
this.
go. But it-
Yeah.
Basically forces them to climb to the highest tree that they can possibly go to, and then they bite onto the tree with all of the force they can muster, latch themselves on there, and then the mushroom will spore up. And this is usually after whatever the insect is, because this is not just one type of fungus. This is several different types of the same fungus that
Yeah.
affect all sorts of different kinds of bugs.
Right.
If the bug can send out a distress signal that will attract other bugs, after it gets up there, it sends out the signal, and then the mushroom will explode out of the back of the bug, let out its spores to infect the other bugs and let it spread out through the forest.
Jesus Christ.
It's so weird.
That is really
Because
weird.
fungus, mycelium, they do not give the fuck.
No.
No,
They don't
Dastardly
care.
bastards.
They don't care what kind of organic
Mm-mm.
matter it is. If they can get the energy from it, they're gonna do it.
They are dastardly bastards.
They don't have the fuck giving gene.
Well,
They just don't have the ability for empathy, and they don't need it.
you know who does give a fuck, though?
Gengar?
Love the
No.
segues.
Gorgeist.
Oh,
Because in
Gorgeist.
Gorgeist,
Pokemon
yeah.
Y, it says that it enwraps its prey in its
Pumpkaboo.
hair-like arm. It sings joyfully as it observes the suffering of its prey. It sings joyfully.
Yeah.
It's happy about
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Fucked
it
up,
evolves
dude.
from Pumpkaboo.
Yeah, which is an adorable
Yeah.
Pokemon.
So
Frostlass.
Pokemon coming to... I know about Frostlass, actually.
Yeah.
When it finds humans or Pokemon it likes, it freezes them and takes them to its Choi Den where they become decorations.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Fucked up,
yes.
dude.
Specifically, it likes men.
Yeah, it does.
Because it's the ghost of a woman lost in the snow.
It seems like me and this
It's
Pokemon
specifically
have a
a
lot in common.
woman ghost, which means there are several women that got lost in the snow and died in the snow to then come find men
Yeah.
and drag them off and make them into icicles.
Yeah, it's the
Damn.
same. It's the same problem. It's the same phantom problem. Like, just like you could go out into the ice and catch 10,000 of those Pokemon,
Right.
and that means 10,000 women.
It's a lot of
Everyone in
women.
your box, 10,000 women have gone missing in the snow.
That's too many women.
Too many women.
Shout out to women.
So, what would you make If you could,
grab
just real
quick. I do have one.
This
more.
was a deep dive into
Yeah.
Pokemon.
I do have one more Pokemon.
Right. Yeah,
from Pokemon Gold, Houndoom. Houndoom, which
yeah.
is one of my personal favorites. I love Houndoom.
Yep. Shiny Houndour is amazing.
One of the many different doggo Pokemon.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's lovely. But if you are burned by the flames that shoots from its mouth, the pain will never go away.
Oh wow.
So
Shit.
just know that
Torturous.
it will never go away.
Are you telling me this doggo has phantom pain flames?
Bingo.
It's Hellburn.
No matter what you do, the pain stays.
It is just a hellhound, and they can say what they want. It's definitely a hellhound, and that's what they made it off.
Literally, Hound Doom.
Yep. But those were 10 of the 10 creepiest Pokédex entries. So
Crazy.
So anyway, to tie it back, yeah, your idea of making Pokemon, bad idea.
I just wouldn't make those Pokemon.
No, see, you can say that about
just gonna
whatever,
make Caterpies.
I like.
We have those.
Butterfree is one of my favorite Pokemon.
We have Butterfrees. It's a butterfly. Go look at butterflies, dude.
It doesn't work like that.
It does work like that.
I will only support you making Pokemon if you make the dragons only.
Okay.
And make
I'll make the dragons.
Make them pescatarians so they just eat fish.
And then I got to make Magikarp. So, and then that means if I got to make Magikarp, then I got to make Gyarados.
You don't have to make Magikarp. You don't have to make Magikarp.
And then you got to make Cloyster. Cloyster
is apparently not a dragon.
No, he's not a dragon.
You got to make
Which
Krabby.
is so surprising to me since he can Dragon Rage.
He's actually a flying type.
He's a flying water type.
He flies in the water.
What
do you do in the water?
He doesn't actually go in the water. He doesn't actually
go. If you want to tell me that Gyarados, who does Dragon Rage, is not a dragon.
Yeah, I don't. Well, Charizard wasn't a dragon for however long, and then they just recently made him a dragon. So
did they?
Yeah, I think so.
He was fire type for a long time.
Fire flying.
Yeah, but I think they changed it. I don't know though.
Well, he has multiple types because he has different versions.
Oh, we were talking about Charizard.
Oh, yeah, we were just going. I think we're done. We were going into Jeremiah. Oh, hey, what would you make? What would you make if you could make a perfect little creature? Right?
Yeah. If for instance, God, if he existed hypothetically, or who knows? I'm not trying to, don't get on me on the Twitter atheist.
Whatever.
She it they
thing you subscribe to.
If it said, "Hey, make a creature for me," what would you make? What would you like a spore? Play spore with me real quick in your mind. What are you making, bud?
If I had the overarching ability to create something, one, it would be very difficult to do so while taking out the abstract humanity that I have, or our comprehension of life in general, saying that it has to be a carbon-based life form versus a silicone-based life form, which is a possibility of a thing, or even extra-dimensional life forms, which is basically, there could be things that exist as far as a life form goes that exist in light rays that could be beyond our scope of understanding.
Yeah, made up of aether.
It gets up pretty deep. But if I were to make a carbon-based life form that could survive on our planet and would be a kind of quintessential life form that I think could be a keystone species for the planet, not just a creature that exists to be there, I would, if I were not contained by the constraints of whatever technology I have or anything else, and I was the sole creator, I would take the concept of the lion turtle, the glorious, strange mythos of lion turtles, and if you don't know what those are,
you're missing out.
Watch Avatar.
Yeah. Wonderful show.
Plug that. Or just look up lion turtles. It's essentially a giant moving island.
Yeah.
That is a life form. But the theory of this strange creature, what if, and just go with me.
I'm here. I'm here with you, man.
I'm right here. Lay it on me. Give me that sweet bullfrog voice.
So we take our largest living organism that we have.
My
and
penis.
we were able to
I'm sorry.
You degenerate.
I'm sorry.
And, okay, you can debate on whether I'm talking about trees or talking about fungus. I'm talking about our largest mobile life form, which would be the blue whale.
Like sentient.
Which might be like the largest living life form ever as far as we have any fossil record of.
Right.
If you were to take something of that size or larger, and you were to give it a smidge of sentience, and give it a smidge of this kind of overarching presence where its sole duty is to protect the planet, not for the sake of individual life, but for the sake of all life, and you were to give it the qualities of life. I'm saying that this thing could subsist off of the energy of the sun because it's green, because it has chlorophyll built into its skin. It doesn't have one type of cell. It's not eukaryotic or prokaryotic. It is both.
Right.
That's a natural thing already, or that's something you would put into it?
That is something I would.
Okay.
I would do.
Yeah.
And this creature, this semi-god that would basically roam the earth, would cleanse it of the things that we, as individuals and as a species, have yet to be able to understand or deal with on our own. And it would be basically a giant Roomba for the planet that would clean up all the bad shit that happens and balance out ecosystems as it travels around. And in theory, because it is this type of organism, it would be this size. It would have a self-sustaining ecosystem within itself. It would be not only its own environment, it would be its own keystone species and a keystone species for the planet. Basically, a cleanser that moves across the planet and fixes the shit that we can't.
Damn.
I love it.
Would be my overarching goal. And if it needed to kill off the humans, fuck them.
I nominate Jeremiah as Supreme Creator.
Yeah, I would make a deer, but with a gun.
Yeah.
Basically, I would make a deer with a gun because I think it would be funny come hunting season if they fought back.
I mean, we each live our own truths, and I think that's the best we can get out of this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did want to bring up, though, didn't our Avatar have the turtle ducks?
Yeah.
Those are my favorite.
Those are very cute.
Turtle ducks are amazing.
Well, I think that's a perfect segue. Why don't you hit us with a little common sense?
A little common sense? Yeah. Because it is uncommon nonsense. We do like to bring a little common sense.
Yeah, so just to finish off the day.
I'll leave you off with a little common sense. And, always practice gun safety, whether it's in your home or on a deer that I created with the gun.
If you see something and you have your gun trained on it, you should know what it is before you shoot it.
Absolutely. And
or bow or any other device that flings death at something, because we're humans and we love to make those.
Oh yeah, we do love to make things that fling death. But practice that trigger discipline, keep everything kosher. And I appreciate you guys coming by. Just like last time, I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
My
Thanks
good
for
friends,
having us.
Derek and Jeremiah, hopping on the pod.
Hey.
But I'm sure
episodes 1 and 2.
1 and 2 in the bag, but I'm sure we'll hear plenty more from you guys in the next coming episodes and whenever we get them going. But like I said last time, if you appreciate the podcast and you want to stay up to date with me and what's going on with it, you can follow us at Uncommon Collin. That's Uncommon Collin on Twitter.
Don't forget to give the podcast a rating and a review wherever you listen to your podcast.
Right.
It helps.
It does.
Little kindnesses. Practice that gun safety.
Every little bit of support helps. But I appreciate you guys listening in, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.
Expand your mind.
Oh.
Get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs. What's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, I said, hey, what's going on?
All right, sorry.
That's the outro.
Thank you guys for watching.